Alright, so recently I have hit 1 year of playtime of Soul's RNG, and it's been a journey. Um, so before I do anything, I just want to say I started back midway in Era 6, and at the time I played for about a week, I think, and then I quit, and then came back the day that Era 7 came out, coincidentally. So yeah, it's been a journey for me, and I'm so glad that I've made it this far. Um, I do have a potion to pop in celebration of this. I have two. Uh, all right, all right. Well, that was a bit underwhelming, but that was. But here, without further ado, this is my year of playtime in Soul's RNG. So, my journey started back here in Era 6. I don't really have any screenshots of this because I didn't really expect to be playing the game for this long. I originally started playing as while I was waiting for an update for another game, and I unintentionally got myself hooked on it. Um, but however, I can say it was a slow journey. Um, I kind of deleted a lot of stuff from Era 6 because I didn't really think about it that much, but the first ever 10,000 I got was Comet. I got a breakthrough actually, I think. Did I? I don't know. I don't remember if it was breakthrough. I don't think it was actually. But besides that, that was the first ever 1 in 10,000 plus I got. I then got Permafrost and Rage Heated. And after that, I kind of quit the game, and then I came back the day that Era 7 came out, which is where I started playing more and more, and eventually, that led me here. Okay, so, um, Era 7, as you know, well, I think this is like the first thing I got in Era 7. So we started off with Glock. Didn't really make much content in Era 7, but I do have a few little clips, which I will show on screen now. Oh, not that bitch, Mari. Anyways, the one thing I do really remember is Glock Circle. Everybody remembers and loves Glock Circle. This is also the time I crafted my second Eclipse, because the first one I used I put on the what was it? The Eclipse device back in Era 6. Nothing really too interesting happened, but around 9,000 rolls I got my first 1 in a million being gravitational. I was like, "Yay, yippee! This is really good for me." The next 6 1 in a millions, I proceeded to pull were gravitational, so I really didn't get anything new for a while. Um, After that, I got Undefined Native, which I thought was really good at the time. It wasn't, and we keep going. Boom, full moon. I managed to get these 4 in the same day, so that was pretty cool. No, sorry, I got Lunar Full Moon the day before. Then the day after, I got Astral. That's not. I got Astral. Kyothawit, Unbound, and Arcane. So I think, you know, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not complaining. Then, Forbidden, 1 and 4, not really much happening from there. Solar Solstice. Then, something I didn't expect. I got a sailor.
Hamburger.
Which I was so happy about. This would be the start of my eternal fucking suffering of doom and despair. Because for the next over 1 million rolls, and I shit you not, this sailor was my best for over 1 million rolls until 1.42 million rolls. We kept going. You see, we just keep going. Ooh, I got a Star Scourge, which I really wanted at the time. I'll keep going. All the way. Then, finally, at 1.32 million, I got Ethereal. So, I was like, yes, finally, something better. For once. And then this happened. I got Bloodlust at 1.42 million. Now, this was the first ever global I got. I didn't clip it. I was freaking out. I was shaking so much. But it was like, I couldn't believe my eyes. This is an Era 8, by the way. Ethereal was, I think, yeah, Ethereal starts where Era 8 began, I believe. Or was it Forbidden? It might have been Forbidden. I don't remember, just somewhere between then and Era 8, I got this started. Then nothing much happened from there, just a few more 10 mils, Iridescent Memory, Chromatic finally, Hypervolt, and then I got a raw Overture History. Marking the second global I ever got. Um, honestly, I was not expecting this. Again, I was freaking out. I didn't show the chat, but like everyone in the chat was freaking out, like, what the fuck just happened? Holy shit, dude. And then I had to go get some blood work. A few days later. They're like, oh yeah, not much, we're only gonna take like 1 vial. They took 8 vials from me. I was fucking dying. But I came back to this beauty. So while I was dying, I pulled a raw sovereign. Which I was so happy for. But this is where it all started to go downhill. For the next 30 million rolls, from 2.14 million all the way to 32 million, this sovereign would be the best aura I had. Then not much happened, you know. Got some 10 mils, Arcane Legacy, Storm Hurricane. Then I got Matrix. My first ever Matrix. I was so happy about this. And I think 20 minutes later, I pulled a raw Archangel. And then, like, 2 hours after that, I got a raw Ruins. Wait, then I think 2 days later it was, I then proceeded to get a raw Starscourge Radiant, marking this legendary lineup right here. Again, though, not much happened after that. You know, I pulled Genesis. It's cool. I personally don't count it as a global, but if we're following the logic of exotic, then, you know, Era 9, I think, was it Era 9? Or Era 8. Okay, wait, hang on. So this, the Sovereign marks Era 8.5. No, sorry, no, this marks Era 8.5. Sorry. This was the end of Era 8, this was Era 8.5. You know, my little cooking streak here. You know, I got a few things, not really much worth noting except for I guess these two. And then that was the end of it for a while. This was the last ever thing I got back in Era 9. And that's when Eon 1 came out. I was on vacation, you know, having a time of my life, and I was struggling, okay? I was playing on mobile. The first ever aura I got that in Eon 1 was this Rage Brawler. Now, I'm gonna be honest, it's a good aura, but what I was most excited about was finally getting a fucking Arcane Dark after 6 million rolls. I was tormented so much over this one aura. Then, you know, I don't really keep dupes of stuff besides 2 globals, so, you know, not much to show here. Got this Apostolos. And this while I was eating dinner. I remember coming back to seeing this. This Abyssal Hunter is still confusing me because I lost track of when I got everything else from here. It's been a blur, but I don't know if I got this overnight and it didn't get a stat tracker because, you know, it was down at the time, so I don't know if it was native or breakthrough. I'm just assuming it was a native. But then, you know, Christmas update 2025 happened, and I got, you know, the biome randomizer, strings controller bullshit. I got these 3. Then Symphony. I got, and then overdrive. I got overdrive while I was at school actually. Dr. Void, more 1 millions, another Gargangua, more stuff, and then oh boy, this fall right here would be the last ever time I saw a glitch biome. I still to this day, I still have not found, as of recording this, I have not seen another glitch biome. This was the last ever time I saw one. Please, I am begging you. And I still don't have glitch. Fatal error, not much. You know, Matrix reality, cool atlas. Not really much to show here. For this unknown though. This was the first ever unknown that was ever found in the world. I rolled it. Here's the clip of it. I was like, oh my god, what the fuck is this? It's probably gonna be okay. And I'm like, wait, this is a global. And then I look at it and I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? I didn't realize until like a day after when one of the wiki staff told me that I actually was the first ever one to get this. And I started freaking out. And you know, some more limbo shit. And while I was macroing to get, or setting up a macro to make potions for limbo, I pulled this thing. Fucking luminosity. Which you guys, if you've been watching me for a while, you know the clip of it, you know the context. I think it was Shenanigans 3 where I got it. But yeah, everything else has kind of been documented, you know, the Aegis, uh, some more globals, Symphony, blah blah blah. Finally crafting that fucking steampunk at 3 a.m. And then all of a sudden I got Equinox Raw. I shit you not. I screamed so loud that someone in my dorm was sent to my room to make sure I was okay because they thought I was dying. I screamed so fucking loud. I mean, I was happy about it. I couldn't believe my eyes. Like, I was like, this is really happening. Hang on, I'm just realizing this now. What the fuck happened? Okay, okay. Apparently something happened here which I wasn't paying attention to. I just am not realizing I have a full timeline here of fucking globals. What the fuck? Anyways, that's not the point. The point is that I then finally fucking got memory on my 67th Oblivion. It's not even a joke either. And then, of course, I got nyctophobia. I was freaking out in Parrot's DMs. He thought he got it. No, I didn't. And then on my 69th Oblivion, I got another memory. Thanks, game. And then I fucking got Equinox. Hang on, let me also emphasize this real quick. As you can see, just going back to what I said about Sovereign, I got this at 2.14 million rolls. You can see nothing after that, besides from this fucking luminosity, was higher. So this literally, for over 30 million rolls, I had Sovereign as my best. I was tormented by that shit. Anyways, going back to this. I got this raw in an Aurora. Holy shit, was I mad. Out of every single aura in the entire game, every event aura, I could have gotten Dream Traveler, Lotus Bloom, Flower, whatever the fuck it's called. Any of the Christmas 1 billions. No, it gave me another fucking Equinox I don't fucking need. Still mad about it. But hey, things happen. Can't really do much about it. And then, well... Okay, I should probably... And then we get to the present. I got an Ascendant, which you've seen if you saw it, which if you know the stream you saw, you know about. Withered. Yeah, this one I might need a bit of explaining. It's 250, 251. So, I woke up, I just saw the star for this thing. I'm like, no fucking way, I got Sailor Admiral. Not even 51 seconds later, I got Perpetual. Holy shit, I was freaking out. I was like DMing Perry, like, what the fuck just happened? And I got these shit shows. I'm gonna get rid of this one. I don't need this one, I have too many. But yeah, essentially that's kind of where I am. I'm not counting these. And I guess this one's worth noting, Serial 542. And then we go, nothing personal, but everything about this is personal. Anyways. Yeah, and so here we are today. That's my 1 year of Souls condensed down into a nutshell. Cool beans.